Hey guys, Mr. BetSmart here, back again with another YouTube video. Today's gonna be a little bit of a different one. It's gonna be more of a story I'm gonna be telling of a mistake I made matched betting with Arbitrage as the offer that I was trying to take advantage of. Just a quick thing to note, making mistakes in any sort of side hustle that you're learning, like match betting, is absolutely fine. It's just the mistakes that people make will vary of the size. Obviously this is quite a big mistake, £800 lost, but you'll have like a few pounds for qualifying losses, or maybe a tenner here and there if you do the wrong lays or backs. But it's good to make mistakes because then you'll understand and learn quicker. People that don't make any mistakes in life won't progress at all. So it's good to try it out and then make mistakes, and it will just accelerate your learning way quicker. So we're going to go through what the offer was that I was trying to take advantage of, what actually went wrong, and the lessons that we learned in doing this offer and making this rather large mistake. So without further ado, I'm going to dive into the monitors and shut up. So let's go. So what is arbitrage betting? Well, arbitrage betting is basically when the odds are so good on different bookmakers that you can take advantage of both of them and essentially make guaranteed profits by backing on multiple bookmakers or backing and laying if you're using an exchange. So say you had odds on a bookmaker that were 3 for an event to happen, but you could lay it at like 2.5. That would be an example of a price boost arbitrage bet. This bet slayer though, I was using different bookies, so it was essentially Dutching because you were backing on different bookies rather than covering your outcomes on the exchange. So with these types of price boost and arbitrage betting, there's 3 ways you can go about doing the bets. You can either lock in your profits with a normal lay. So if we take this example of a 2.1 back and a 2 lay, if we're looking at exchanges, what we can do here is we can lock in, say, 50p profit with a standard lays. This means we're laying and we're backing the same amount, bar any commissions. Or what you can do is underlay, and this will essentially give you more money and profit if the bookie bet wins and the exchange bet loses. However, if it's the other way around, where the exchange bet wins and the bookie bet loses, then you make nothing, £0 profit, but then you also don't lose anything. So it's basically banking on the bookie bet winning and essentially gambling a little bit. So then you make £1 in that scenario and lose nothing if the exchange wins. So that's what an underlay is. And then an overlay is doing the opposite, so hoping that the exchange bet wins and the bookie bet doesn't win. So that's just a little bit about price boosts, arbitrage betting, etc. So let's say I was on the Bet Slayer odds matching tool that was finding all these arbitrage bets, because that's what they do. I came across a match of 2 baseball teams that were playing a game, and the odds on one bookmaker were 2.1 and the other, they were 2.02. So essentially you could bet on both outcomes and always win your money back. So it was 2.1 for one team to win and 2.02 for the other. Because they're both above 2, it's obvious that it's an arb, because say I put £1 on one, I'd make £2.10 on the first, and if the other one won, I'd make £2 and 2p. So you can see that there's that discrepancy there that can be exploited. So with this Dutching calculator, we can see that with those odds, I could guarantee 59p profit. So that's around 6% of your £10 stake you're doing on both bookies. So actually more like 3% of your overall bet. So I went ahead and put down 1.63 grand to try and guarantee £48 in profit. I saw it as if I could get the bets on, then it would just be guaranteed profit and I'd just have to forget about it, because it was obviously such a short match in my head. So it was essentially this baseball game between the Atlanta Braves and the Milwaukee Brewers. I was placing one bet on Marathon Bet and one bet on Boyle Sports, one of £831 on Marathon Bet and one of £800 on Boyle Sports. Now, I left the bets, completely forgot about them, and then when I came back, I realised that one of my bets had lost and one of them was voided. So my bet on Marathon Bet had basically lost because the Milwaukee Brewers lost, but my bet on Atlanta Braves was voided, and it was essentially voided because the pitcher was changed. Now, I didn't know this was even a thing in baseball, but if your pitcher changes, they can essentially void your bet because the starting pitcher was what you bet along with the winner, which seemed odd at the time. But essentially, yeah, that meant that I was vulnerable and that, my Ball Sports bet was voided. So essentially, this £831 bet lost, and this one was voided. So this one was the one that was supposed to win me back £1,680 to make me the £50 profit, but this one was voided, so I got this stake back, even though this one technically won, but the pitcher changed, which I didn't know was a term, and this one lost. So I emailed them back and forth a few times because I was absolutely fuming, but then when you realise that a term's a term, you know, you're not going to get anywhere. So I quickly learned from the mistake, and it's fine to do mistakes in match betting. You just have to learn from them, as I did, and just crack on with other offers and make sure that you don't let it bring you down, and continue trying to make sure that no matter what you do, you check all of the terms. Make sure you're not betting on a completely new sport that's really, really tiny in liquidity, that might not, you might not know everything about, like I did here. I also thought it was a good opportunity because these sorts of sites of Marathon Bets and Ball Sports usually don't have the best of offers, so I didn't really worry about burning these accounts. I saw it as an opportunity to make a quick 50 quid and jumped right on it, but instead lost 800. So there you go, that's the story of how I lost £800 with arbitrage betting. It's part of the process. Don't worry when you make mistakes, but just make sure you learn from them and never make the same mistake twice, and you'll be fine and make a lovely little income and side hustle from match betting.
And there we have it. That is the story of how I lost £800 match betting. But as I said before, making mistakes is totally fine. You just got to make sure that you minimize them and learn from them to not make the same mistakes again. Because without mistakes, you're not going to progress at all. And also, I might have lost £800 with this certain offer, but I've definitely made that back 10, 15, 20 fold in the time that it happened. So it's definitely not affected me too much at all. And I am never going to make the same mistake with it. And I'm going to check the terms and conditions, especially anything with baseball, if I ever bet on something like that again. So it's up here, and I will use it to my advantage next time because I know what went wrong. So I hope that was a useful video. If you enjoyed it and it was useful and valuable content, then if you could chuck a like and subscribe to my channel with the bell notifications on, then you'll get notified whenever I make a new video. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.